Alright, so as many of you know, honestly, if you've known me for a while, you know that I have a terrible track record with partners. Like, I have a shitty track record. I have picked some daisies. Now, the fun fact is that when you run into one of these flowers that you've picked when you literally pick the ugliest flowers out of the bunch, is sometimes that shit be scary. Sometimes that shit's scary. It just is. You know, I had to go to the hospital. Ended up finding out that I had, ulcers in my stomach and fatty freaking liver disease. Yay. Luckily, all of it is reversible. All of it is changing diet, just taking care of myself, healing my body. Well, here I come in, they're like, wow, your blood pressure's really high. You're really well composed for somebody in this pain. And I was like, yes. They said, okay, we're going to give you the good stuff to help your pain. I said, that's amazing. Please, dear God, yes, help me. So they turn around and they throw me back out in the lobby for about 10 minutes, and the next thing I know, I'm being pulled in the back to be given medication, and because they couldn't give me the meds out in the lobby because of how strong they were. No problem. Bullshit. I get to where I'm sitting, which is the sepsis chair, which I had no idea that's what I was sitting in, and that's going to come in later. And I look just over this way to see that there is a convict that's chained up, ankles and hands, and also he is surrounded by 3 separate officers who are all geared up, like full-on body gear. I'm like, what the shit? He says hello to me, and literally one of the officers says, don't talk to people outside of the room. And all I could say is, I hope you have a day filled with light, love, and positivity, because if his ass got away, I didn't want to get shanked. Ultrasound. Well, ultrasound does their thing, and then plops me back out in the lobby. Well, by this point in time, these really nice things, to help this pain stop being so severe, start to kick in. Well, unfortunately, this is something that makes you tired. And unfortunately, the medication that I have for nausea also makes you tired. So my ass is here, sitting here in and out of sleep, listening to YouTube videos in my ear. Just kind of staring forward, making sure I can still hear if they call my name, all that. And who the fuck comes walking out the doors once I open my eyes one time? But my fucking ex. My crazy, schizoaffective ex. The one who tried to unalive me multiple times. Who was narcissistic and honestly just off the chain. I had hid from him for almost 5 years without him finding me. And he finds me in the ER. I'm wearing a mask, so I'm hoping, I've got different glasses since then, my hair is different since then. All of this. I'm hoping and I'm praying to the gods he doesn't realize that we've just linked eyes and that I know who he is. Well, that turns into he decides to come sit across from me. Oh, joy, right? You would think that this is the worst part of the story. No, the worst part of the story is they called my full-ass government name, which of course he knows because we've been together for 2.5 years. And my ass gets up and slinks to the front because they're not pulling back into a room at this point. They're just rechecking my vitals at the front nurse's station. Bullshit. Now what do I do? So then I turn around after they took my vitals and I was like, can I please talk to you in a separate room? Nurse says, no problem. Takes me into this room that's right behind the nurse's station and says, what's going on? And so I start to tell her that the history between me and this person, and they trying to unalive me and then stalking me and a whole bunch of other things. And I was like, I don't have a protection order. I don't want them not to receive medical attention. They need to get their medical attention. I can tell they're in psychosis. Just take care of them. I can go wait in my car and you guys can just call me and I'll come in. Or can you put one of us in a room? The nurse lets the charge nurse know, and the charge nurse comes in, asks me a few questions, basically just to get the roundabout of what the hell's going on. I explain, charge nurse, ding. Other nurse, ding, no problem. We have clear connection. No, well, they have to bring in security. Security proceeds to tell me, well, you don't have a protection order. You don't have this, so, we can't have them thrown out. I was like, I don't want them thrown out. I don't want to ask them to leave either. I just want to make sure that nothing violent is going to break out in your lobby. Because I cannot guarantee that myself and the other people in that lobby who are there sick with ailments are not going to get hurt in the process if he has a violent outburst at me. So finally, they are like, you're staying in this room until we can put you in a room. And then they threw me back in like some closet area and then ended up basically coming in, giving me some more meds, telling me what's going on with me with the ulcers, and giving me meds for that. And I'm supposed to be on bed rest. So that's why I haven't reached out to you guys. But I have the ulcers, and then I also have fatty liver disease, which, like I said, I'm trying to fix that, but that is part of why I've been down so much, is I have had so many big medical things going on that I'm trying to just kind of get taken care of between migraines and all of that. But yeah, that was the fun fucking ER visit for me. I hope all of you have been having a better time than that was for me, and that your days are filled with light, love, and positivity, and that your narcissistic, crazy people stay away from you. And remember, if you left them, there was a reason. So don't think just because you see them, it's a reason to go back.